So as a social worker who serves cross-culturally, I like to make things as simple as possible in order to have the biggest impact. And child protection and safeguarding can seem so complex because we know that so much that's going on around the world, and increasingly so, makes life dangerous for children. So what is the difference between safeguarding and child protection? Well, at the core of it, child protection is how a nation or how a world creates policies to keep children as safe as possible and tells us what to do when things go wrong. But safeguarding is what we do to keep our children safe, whether that's in our home or our church or in our schools, the responsibilities we have to keep them safe. So if you have a child and you've ever left that child with a babysitter or a nanny or a neighbor, and you have said to that person who's going to be caring for your child, this is what you need to know about her. This is what she's allergic to. This is what she's afraid of. This is what she sometimes does that gets her in danger. Like she'll climb a tree that's too high, or she doesn't pay attention to the sharp corners on a table. So watch out for her when she's doing this. That is safeguarding. When you say to your babysitter or your neighbor or your nanny, my child is allergic to peanuts, so if she eats peanut butter, her medicine is right here. Give her the medicine first and then call the hospital and I'll meet you there. Or when you say, if she bumps her head, call me first and we'll figure out what to do. That is a safeguarding policy. You're telling the person who's caring for your child what the dangers are and what to do if something goes wrong. You're putting a plan in place. I keep my daughter safe. When she was a baby and she was learning how to walk and we would go to a new friend's house for tea, I would notice if the coffee table had sharp edges. I would notice if the stairs were too steep. I would notice where the hot water was, and I would keep my baby girl safe. Our safeguarding policies are so important for orphans and vulnerable children because in essence, they're vulnerable because they don't have their mommy or their daddy looking out for the sharp edges and the hot water. So we put a plan in place. This is the danger and this is what we do if something goes wrong. Our safeguarding policies cannot keep things from going wrong, but they provide the best protection possible, and we implement a plan for when it goes wrong. So if my child is with the neighbor or with the nanny or with the babysitter and she falls and breaks her arm, I have already said this is who you call first, so that a difficult, scary situation for my daughter is as least traumatic as possible because the plan is there and the adult taking care of her knows what to do. These things can feel complex, but let's keep them as simple as possible to have the biggest impact in the lives of children.